Tyler here, TikToker with the Strat Time Report, and we got a little bit stuck in the futures here and the major ETFs. So here's what you're going to see. So let's go to SPY, and it's somewhat of a do-over here because we got this. Inside 60 here, right, to start the day. You can see the tight range on the daily here up in the upper left, right? Trying to fight back after yesterday. So right now, a lot of these things are doing this. Remember, yesterday was a Monday and we gapped down and came back. There's a 2-2 reversal back to the upside as far as we know, right? Is what we see here in the SPY. QQQ here as well, but you can see here once again inside in the 60 and these stalls out. So knowing which side of these inside 60s is really going to be important for the rest of the day here. We had Powell talking, Mnuchin talking, we got Battery Day and Tesla, all that kind of stuff. But you can see right here now that on Dow Jones Diamonds, look at this on the weekly. It's a do-over. So either side of this inside 60 for the rest of the day is something we're going to want to know about because we do have some things going up, some things going down. So let's take a look at Penn Gaming. And Penn Gaming, PENN, here. And so what we got here, once again, we like to look for those nice long red and green bars, right, on the monthly. And you can see here on the monthly here, the two up, poked on, boom, and still going. And so here's what we're looking for on the continuation, right? You see this, takes out the highs, takes out the lows, and then the 2-2 reversal here, looking to go out and take these highs. So these can become an outside bar of all that. So far, so good, just kind of inching its way up. Like I said, these inside 60s are going to potentially give us a tone change or a continuation of these 2-2 reversals on the daily to the upside. You also have Caesars. And Caesars, to a lesser extent, you can see this thing just took the inside 60 here in the middle, or in the lower left. And once again, what do we look for? The inside bar, to take out one side, to come back through. So it did what it's supposed to do by getting through here. The question is going to continue to be strong enough to come after this. Still inside weak, but green on the day. If we go to GH, and GH, another thing we look for, right? The bright green. Now, the good thing is here, you still got some room to go after the all-time highs, right? So it's green on the week, staying green. And so this, when you come into a Tuesday, like if you watch the Strat Attack report, which the Strat Attack tonight that I do after the close, we're looking for things on a Tuesday that have started in one direction for the week and continued on Tuesday, right? If you're going to be up 5 days in a row, you got to be up the first 2, right? So far so good, and you can see here on the lower left. Is this something we look for? It is. Shooter, hammer. The 2 up, the 2 down, and boom. These become an outside bar of all that. We'll see if this sets up again for you. Zoom. It's overvalued. I'll give you overvalued. Look at this. Here's your inside weak in the upper middle. All right? Inside weak break to the upside, still going, and then takes out the high. So we got a little exhaustion risk on that. Right? Anytime you go into the highs, we'd like to come back through previous ranges so we have pivots to take out, which we don't have now. But you can see this started off the outside day 60s. Call that the old triangle amount. Here, tried to take them out, and then right back in here. Let's get to the 30. Here, you're inside 30 right there. You see that lower left. There is your entry point, another one, and still going to ZM. If we go to Okta, another thing we look for, right, there's that RevStrat weaker. Here, the inside bar, the hammer back in. Inside, shooter counters hammer. And we're going to look to take this out here, which we did, 206.57. And the good thing is this is an outside weak. Right, so that's your broadening formation if it wants to keep coming back up through here. Right, so if you look at the month, you're going to see the outside month, and that's your broadening formation that you're looking at right up into here, right? So the good thing about that is if they're willing to pay up here, it gets trapped up here and sell down here, they might do it again, right? That's why we pay attention to this stuff when it starts coming back through here. If we go to Peloton, and Peloton, still an inside day, right? So it just had some nice movement. Remember, we're looking at this. This took out the highs, then took out the lows, and then took this out yesterday. Still an inside day. There has been some nice movement in it, though. As you can see, this inside 30 here in the lower left. Something we look for. The down, the inside, the 2-1-2 reversal. We'll see. Be careful on that for the rest of the day because it is inside day. If we go to DraftKings. DraftKings, still an inside weaker here, so we're going to be aware of that, right? The good thing is when it goes green on all time frames, right? You still have full time frame continuity to the upside, which means if we're not going to be an inside week, that's the condition it's going to be in. Upper left, take out the highs, take out the lows, 222 continuation right here. Above 53.98, trading 54.47, so not totally gunning here, but certainly waiting on some of these futures to give us some better indication of what's going to happen here in the afternoon. FLGT. And FLGT now it's coming in, but we had a nice gap in that, and you can see here we're watching that before from the weekly here, the inside week. Now it's trying to still continue. All right, so now just a little bring them in music. Here's your reversal off the highs, and do we have any good here? Here's how you get in right on the opening. This is a 2 up because it gapped up. This stops them out. Here's your profit taking, and then boom, right back in their face. And then a reversal back up here. We'll see if that sets up again for you. FSLY. And FSLY still here, the inside week to the upside. All right, you see this? Double inside week. That's still good. All right. Stalls out a little bit here. Still is a 2 up, and we'll see if. Now, right here, you're going to see this on the 15er, this outside bar. Then it pokes down here. So in the next 15 minutes, if we can take this out, you got my attention here above 93.32 because you have a new 60-minute, right, that can now go green. You can either take this out and go 2-2 reversal down or take that back to the upside. We'll see what goes there. We got Amazon going to the highs right now. And Amazon, here's your broadening formation, down into here, and then back up, and here it is on the daily. 2 down because it took out the lows. And now these become an outside bar of all that, and we'll see if it can keep going because it's setting up potential outside week if they want to keep cranking up on here on the weaker. Once again, it's an outside month. That's a broadening formation, and once that happens, that can't undo, right? Therefore, just like the SPY did on the year, take out the highs, take out the lows, they might take them back to the highs again. They just had to stop them all out and take care of business on that. If you go to Akamai, and Akamai, here, just once again, taking out last week's highs, right? Coming back into an old outside week, once again, and an outside month, right? If they did that once, they might do it again. So you can see this daily range that it's getting through here. If it stays up there, we'll see if it can keep climbing that wall of worry. Lulubell. Yoga Pants is back, and just have to wait for that reversal. And you can see this getting clobbered in here, all right? But then you poke down on the day yesterday as a 2 down by taking out the lows, but you're green on the week. Right? Therefore, if you can take that out and have your reversal right here, we're looking to be at least an outside bar of this, and it keeps your week green for the potential outside week if they want to bring it all the way back. Lulu. SWKS. And SWKS here, once again, here's your outside bar, here's your day down in the upper left. All right, so our magnitudes are trying to take this out. You can watch it with the SMH, which has been a little sluggish with NVIDIA down here. And you can see SMH on the day is red, and so it's outperforming, as you can see. You're not getting too much futures help out of that. We're going to keep an eye on these Qs and the rest of them because I believe you had Corvo coming back up here too. Corvo, here you go. Taking out yesterday's highs. We have NVIDIA dogging it. Opens and comes back in. We go to Carvana. Carvana, get hit. Coming back through previous range in a hurry and looking to take this stuff out and go to new highs. If you go to the weekly in the upper middle, you're going to see this high here, 235, almost there, right? Once you get back to that outside bar, here you go. You ever seen one of these before? Boom. Now we'll see if we can get that broadening formation going. You can see the inside 60 right here. Crowd going to the highs. What's going on here? The crowd. Chopping them up but good on the 60-minute, but oftentimes that's when you get rid of all the jamokes, all right? The outside, inside, 3-1-2, and bam, takes out these highs. That's reconfirming this, taking out the weekly high, so we'll see if anything more comes to the crowd. INSP. And INSP, still trying to go outside weaker. It looks like it poked down yesterday. Yep, just by a little bit. So potential outside weak, still green on the month, right? And you see this. Takes out the highs, takes out the lows, and boom, there's your reversal on a Tuesday, which changes the color back green directionally for the week and having a nice push here. We'll see if that sets up again for you. The letter U, new issue. You guys. See if this thing's giving us away in here. A nice 30 or something here. Here you go. Takes out the highs, takes out the lows. Boom. These become an outside bar of that and still going, right? Because you have your reversal here. Took out the lows. These become an outside bar of that, and there it is, your outside week. Welcome to the world, you. APT. And APT. Here, outside weaker, it looks like on here. Green on the month. And on the daily, was this a 3 or a 2? By 1 penny. That was a 2 up, 2 down. And so when it opens and travels through here, you can go after it right there, right? Because then you got everything going green. And you take out all these stops in here. Talk about this before? The Momo hammer on the 30, all right? So these guys took their profits, and anybody who got short got jammed right here. See ya. Thanks for playing. If we go to NNOX, and NNOX gaps down, right, and starts to rally back. The good thing about NNOX is you can see the average daily range has just been great, right? And so you can see here, takes out the highs on the 30, slightly takes out the lows, and boom, right there. There's your continuation reversal, if you will, over 25.48, and that's a nice push there. And then you can just protect it once you know you've filled the gap and you have a new 60 coming, right? Anytime we have a new 60 coming, especially in something volatile, you can see this hour was perfect, right there, straight up, open on the lows, close on the highs, and then boom, machines turn off and just go into profit taking mode. All right, these futures just kind of sitting here on these inside 60s, like I said. So here, on the SPY, not only do we want to break this 60, but we need to get out of the bar that the bars are inside of. Those are called mother bars, right? Because until you get outside of there, we are stuck. And you can see this in Qs, right? These two are stuck inside of these two. So you got lots of doji doing nothings, and that's giving us more, stock selective stuff. So bloodbath. Bloodbath and beyond. Look at this. The outside 3, the poke down, stop them out, and boom, right back through there. Full time frame continuity, and it's been higher in the past. The downside, banks, financials having all sorts of trouble here. Zion Bancorp getting clobbered, going to the lows, full time frame continuity. The downside, the monthly, 2, bam, downside. You've got Capital One, just all the financials here having all sorts of troubles. Capital One, you can see taking out yesterday's lows. And here in the week, inside week, pokes up, boom, RevStrat week. DFS, similar, coming down, and you can see that. We've got Goldman Sachs. I always want to keep an eye on something like this that can be an outside day. You see this on the upper left? Took it out because we know outside bars exist. So if we start to fail, these financials certainly having all sorts of problems. You got PNC Bank. You've got Prudential. As you can see, across the board, financials just having a rough one. And you can always watch regional banks through KRE, like so. You got Lyft, also having some problems here. And so looking for anybody that took out yesterday's lows because they got what they wanted. The market rallied back. But if their stock starts tanking, they're in all sorts of trouble. If we go to some healthcare, you've got Molina Healthcare taking out yesterday's lows, having all sorts of trouble there with ANTM. All right, so there, it gives you the outside day. So once this thing turned red here, we were looking for outside day, and there you go, got it. Also, that's an inside week to the downside. Now we can hopefully get measured move of this and clobber them. Here, once again, monthly, inside, pokes up, RevStrat month, boom, to the downside. If you go to Centene, also more healthcare, CNC, like so, also having some problems. If we go to Grace Chemical, I'm going to run out of time here. There's always lots. Look at this. Inside day, boom, it's still going and taking out last week's lows. Inside bar. Inside, up, down, boom, take them all out. RevStrat style Grace Chem. DDS in the retail having some issues here too. Once again, if you go to the upper middle, you're going to see the 2-2 week are taking it right back down. Now trying to stabilize off the inside 60 in here, but we'll see what comes of that. If we also go to Grace, just did EW. EW also having a rough time here in an inside week to the downside. So we want to see how these futures break, and that'll do it. So you can see there's discernible strength and weakness to go after. So the futures dry up. That's going to do it for today. As of always, my channel is free. Smith in the Black channel here. All of my videos are free, so come and check them out, especially tonight for the Strat Attack. All right, I'm Rob Smith, the Smith in the Black channel here. Tick a taco with the Sky Time Report.